I've seen more of Dr. Fauci than I have my wife. We kid each other, but they look, who's president? Fauci. But all kidding aside.
All right, President Biden joking earlier today while announcing yet another round of travel restrictions and new COVID protocols after the Omicron variant was detected officially here in the U.S.
Yeah, the new variant sparking fears all across the globe, some would make you think, with certain countries imposing drastic travel restrictions and lockdowns. But why is the variant causing so much panic compared to Delta and other variants?
Yeah, joining us now to discuss, host of the Joe Pags Show, Joe Pags himself, and host of Stacey on the Right and Project 21 co-chair Stacey Washington. Stacey, I think a lot of people might agree that the administration is certainly using this as an opportunistic way to have people go out and get the booster and all that. That's a pretty easy one. But is there a there? Do we know that Omicron is even that dangerous or threatening?
So one thing that I've been thinking about as I've been listening to everyone discuss it is that they're making all these statements before they've even taken the Omicron variant and compared it to the antibodies from people who are vaccinated and from people who have recovered from the virus. So it seems to me in a country like ours, where we have all of these specialized labs, we have the cream of the crop of medical expertise here. Most rich Americans or rich foreigners come to America for not just elective surgeries, but for cancer treatments. We routinely have people who are foreign dignitaries come here to access our medical services, our medical care. So we have everything at our disposal. And instead of making all of these kind of their mealy-mouthed statements without a lot of there, as you just said, why not just test it? Why not run it through the test, see what it does, and then come out with some actual data? But we're used to this now, and Americans have had the Overton window moved so that we actually have normalized scientific people with scientific degrees and not just educational backgrounds, but years of experience in the field, coming to us with mealy-mouthed half statements. So the president does it, but also Fauci does it. So I'd like to hear a real doctor, an epidemiologist and virologist with some experience at a major hospital, talk to me about the work that they've done in putting this new Omicron variant up against the antibodies of people who were vaccinated and those who recovered from the virus. And until they're ready to do that, I'd like them to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And it's interesting that you say real doctor, because we heard President Biden reference that as well today. He said real doctor. So I think the definition of who qualifies for that changes depending on who you're talking to. Listen to what Jen Psaki said earlier today about when we will return to normal, and then I'll go to you, Joe.
If we continue to make the vaccines more accessible, to increase testing, increase masking, we can return to a version of normal.
You know, Joe, but this latest, the second tracked case of the Omicron variant reportedly comes from someone who had been vaccinated, both jabs, and had received the booster and still got the Omicron variant.
And Jen Psaki herself, fully vaccinated, got coronavirus as well. This whole idea that if we all get vaccinated, suddenly coronavirus or COVID-19 or the Wuhan novel corona, whatever we're calling it, that it's just going to go away is just not true. It's just not scientific. I've got a couple of breaking news stories for you. I'm glad you had me on today. Number one, Fauci is not science. Thought I'd help you out with that. He is not science. And number two, this Omicron variant, thank God, the doctors in South Africa are telling us that the symptoms are mild. People are getting through it, no problem. They're not losing their sense of taste and smell. Had Rand Paul on my show yesterday, and another breaking story for you. Fauci's a liar. So we have to be very careful what we're getting. When Jen Psaki says a version of normal, what does that mean? Her version of normal?
Yeah. Biden's
version of normal? Bob Seller's version of normal, which I think is more normal, I think. But so we have to be very careful of what we're saying here and what we're hearing from them, because they're just not telling the truth.
You know, I wish we had more time today. It's an unusual day, and we have some certain things we have to run. But one thing I did want to address, Joe, aren't you usually in San Antonio? I mean, I was there this past weekend for Thanksgiving and thereafter. And you've got a shot of New York behind you, right?
I'm from Metro New York originally, Bob, so I'm showing the South live shot from the Empire State Building, but I am, in fact, in San Antonio.
Okay, okay. Very good. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see you while I was there. And
Next
again,
time, let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great. Joe Pags, And Stacey Washington, again, sorry for the abbreviated. Yeah, we'll get you back soon and talk more. Thank you so much.